Hi, folks. Welcome. My name's Jeff Goodwin. I think you all know me. Today we have Dan, Nick, Johannes, Arfan, and Lily. So we have Malaysia in the house. We have Glasgow in the house. We have Sweden. We have Thailand, Nick, and we have Portugal with Dan. So it's although Irish Portuguese, and I'm in Bali. So a truly international flavour. Welcome all. So Lily, have you ever placed a trade before of any kind?
Hi, Jack. Hi,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi.
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 No,
Have you
I'm a
ever?
total beginner, I must say. Yeah.
But that's okay. Thank you very much for letting me know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen right now, and I want you to start thinking what you want out of trading. Yeah. I'm going to do something with you I'm not doing anywhere else. Yeah. This is not aimed at the same as the group in the mentoring group. It's aimed at something completely different. I tried to make it really, really simple. So before we go there, what are you looking out of trading? You don't have to say it, but I just want you to consider what do you want from trading. The first thing, as you're thinking about that, I want to. This here is my Chrome browser, and here's a piece of software. Oh, sorry, website called TradingView.com. I recommend people just go to TradingView and sign up for a free account. For those people who just type in who want to take it on a bit further, I can get them a discount code. If people want to go on to use a paid for version, I've got a discount code. I think it's like £15 or $15. But all you do is you go to TradingView and just type in TradingView and sign up for it, just using your regular browser, Opera, Chrome, Safari, whatever it is. Now, let me just check. Who does not have TradingView? Lily, do you have it? I need you to speak to me, please. Okay, I'm going to move on. I want people to speak, to engaged. Thank you very much. So, does everyone else have TradingView?
Yeah, I have it, but I quickly realised that the you probably need to get the paid version to add the sort of various indicators and what have you.
Yep. So I'll leave a link if people want a discount. But now they allow you two indicators. You actually can make do with two indicators, depends on how you trade. That depends on what you're looking to do. Yeah. And that's it. So let me, has anybody here ever heard of the phrase Forex?
Yeah.
So I'm going to just type in Forex, how much traded daily worldwide. So guess how much do you think's traded in Forex worldwide daily?
20 trillion.
20 trillion. It's a lot of money anyway. 6.6 trillion. That's a lot of money. 6.6 trillion is traded on the market daily. It's the biggest there is. And then you've got futures. So let's talk about futures. Nick keeps leaving and coming back. Futures. Let's see. Doesn't actually tell you there. And let's check crypto. Has anyone here ever traded crypto or bought and held crypto or anything else like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see here it's in billions rather than trillions, but it's still significant. So there's money in the market, there's money to be made. Every time someone profits, someone loses. Why? Every time you buy a car, there has to be a seller. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that in mind, now Lily, don't worry if you don't have the trading view, step by step. Arfan, have you saw the initial recording?
I saw probably about half of it, the
Yep.
first half.
That talks about sessions. Sessions. Yeah. And all I ask people to do is draw highs and lows of the sessions. Just but there's a little tool over here. Just do whatever the session is, just do something like this, do something like that, based on whatever the indicator tells you. Yeah, and whatever happens after that, happens after that. It's nothing, there's nothing, I never did anything fancy. So what we've got right now, this is futures NQ. Has anybody heard of the NASDAQ before?
Yeah.
It's top 100 technical stocks in the US. I could change this quite easily to EUR USD. This is the most popular trading instrument globally. This here. Worldwide. There's more people trade this than any other thing in the world. Now, how could you make money from this? You can make money when it goes up, and you can make money when it goes down. So you have a 50% chance of being correct. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at the numbers for the failure rate, guess how much the failure rate or the people quitting rate is rate trading Forex. What do you think the failure rate trading Forex is?
It's high.
90%. Depends on where you read. 90% of, so let's just say, Arfan, I want you to imagine you said, I'm going to put in a decent amount of money into this, and within 90 days, most new traders have lost everything. Yeah?
Yep.
Within 90 days. And I'm thinking, how is that possible? There's some research to say it's actually 95%. So how is it possible if you've got a 50% chance for it going up and a 50% chance of it going down?
Because just timing, isn't it?
Timing, it's education, but risk, something called risk management. Now, I'm just going to give you a flavor, an overview today. We're going to keep doing these sessions this is aimed at the people who feel they need more. Yeah, I do open up to the public, but it's aimed at you guys at the mentoring group who feel they need more. Put it on for you.
Jeff, what's the difference between futures and stocks?
Thank you. So futures is, the official word is about buying on a product. It could be sheep, it could be hogs, it could be the euro or a future price. You're doing it want a future price. With stocks would be something like Google. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Google was a stock. Apple.
So futures are like commodities or oil or what have you, stuff like that. Right.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also gas, gold, but you can also trade Euro USD in futures. You can trade NASDAQ in futures. But you can also trade NASDAQ in Forex, which is this where it gets confusing for some people. I recommend people initially look at the charts in Forex, and then we'll take it from one step at a time. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to recommend you do some basic stuff. Yeah? I don't want any of you to make any trades. In fact, I don't want them to make a trade this month. When you go to dentist school, the first month, do they allow you in someone's mouth, Arfan? I don't know, actually. I'm actually asking. No.
Maybe a year or two after.
Yeah. So, yes. So that's what we're looking at here, because but if we're doing anything, we're going to mark them up. We're going to mark things up. And Mr. Nick, welcome back. And we'll have Edward.
Sorry, mate. I'm just having.
It is what it is.
Sorry, I'm just having severe connection.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll carry on. Now, what I want to do when I look at the market in a particular way, we can trade using daily candles. Now, would you say that's a downtrend or an uptrend?
Down.
Yeah, absolutely. On the daily candle. So that one candle there, I'm going to speak to Lily for a minute. That one candle is 1 day. That's today. It's not completed yet. That was the last trading day, Friday. That was Thursday. That was Wednesday. If I take it to 1 hour, every candle is now an hour. And now it looks like an uptrend, doesn't it? But that's for Monday and Thursday, Friday. If I come to the 15 minutes, it gives us more information as well. Okay, if I'm just going to mute Edward for a minute. Unmute yourself when you're finished with the conversation, Edward. Thank you. Don't worry about these here. So it looks differently depending on the style of trading. You've got to ask yourself, what sort of style of trader do I want to be? Do I want to be what's classified as a day trader? What is stay in the trade? Well, that's not actually. That's more of a swing trader. They would stay in the trade. And you can trade that with Forex or even stocks. Yep. If you're an intraday trader, where you might want to take 1 or 2 or even 3 trades a day, you would drop down to rather than a daily candle, you would drop down to an hour or 15 or even lower time frame. So from what you've read about, what you've traded in the past, Dan, let me ask you, what style of trader are you? This is just information for today we're giving you.
Scalping, going in intraday, basically, just going in and coming out.
In and out,
0.5%.
0.5%. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Arfan, I know it's still early yet, but do you want to trade like once or twice a day or once a week, once a month?
Historically, I've traded, just for sort of long-term shares. So
buy and hold,
I think,
buy and hold.
Yeah, buy and hold. But,
Yep.
I would like to, the aim is to do sort of daily trading.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, for part,
No, that's okay. We can show you strategies for buy and hold as well, just quite easily. Edward, what do you think you are going to be? Now, Edward's got a little challenge. He's a really busy man. He's a driver in Singapore. He doesn't have much time. He doesn't have much time. So there's 2 ways to approach this for you, Edward. One is you go a much higher time frame and you set levels. The 4 hour, the daily, or even it could be even the weekly, or the other one you do very small time frames. I don't know if you're listening to this, Edward, but we can have a chat about that later. Johannes, are you want to trade every day or not really sure? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Get the habit of doing every day.
Yep. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you. Let me see who else we've got here. We've got Lily. I'll come back to Nick in a minute. Lily, you won't know anything that. Yep. Unless
I think for now, maybe just going daily.
daily.
Going daily and
Stop.
study more and learn more for now. Yeah.
Now, for those people who don't know, Lily's an excellent dancer.
No, that is not true, Jeff.
Yes.
Sidetrack a bit.
Yes, you are an excellent dancer. So are you talking about like 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day, or the daily time frame? What do you mean by daily?
And maybe daily study about how it goes with the things that I wanted to see, but not too much of time spending a day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm still not uncertain what you mean by that yet. So I'm going to ask the question a different way. Are you actively looking to trade, whether you do it manually, mechanically, or use a robot daily, or using the daily time frame? I'm not understanding what you're saying yet.
Oh, because I don't have any experience yet for that, so I just wanted to study a bit more
Okay, that's
before
fine.
deciding any other things, right? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now we've got a Forex king who's entered the room, whoever the Forex king is. And I don't know what a Forex king is doing on a beginner's session. So I'll just first of all welcome the Forex king. Welcome, Forex king. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I gathered you probably mean me, but I'm no king. But anyway, just to say that I like to trade every day when the
Yeah,
markets are running well or working. I like to trade I used to scalp 15 minutes on 15 minutes, but of late I trade 4 hour liquidity.
excellent, excellent. Now, for those people that know this, I won't mention it, but there's things called funded accounts. However, mentioned to anyone about using investors' money? Have I ever mentioned that to anyone? Well, there's someone in the room that has taken significant amount of money off these investors. Someone on the call today who has taken significant money from these investors. Depends where you are, what I mean by significant. In a month, I don't know, it depends where you are. For some people, people might think $5,000 is pretty significant for a small thing. Other people say, well, I wouldn't get out of bed for that. It depends on where you are. But we could all do with an extra 5,000 a month, could we not?
Yeah.
That could do some. So
Yep.
someone on the call who's done that from my mentoring. Okay, and so we'll carry on. So I think there was actually someone else, Nick, called Forex King who actually did appear. That's why I mentioned that. And I'm thinking, what's a Forex King appearing on a beginner's class for? I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's see what we can do. So the first thing we'll do, we're gonna look. I'm going to the daily time frame, right? And all I want you to do is over on the right hand side on your screen, on your trading view, Lily, don't worry about this. There's a little thing here. You can actually put symbols here, or you can even put it up here, and you can choose. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get you. I'm on a daily time frame, and I want you to tell me one that's got a strong. I'm going to go from top to. This is futures. But I'm going to go real quick from top to bottom. Which one looks good to you? Just based on what you see there. That's oil. That's S&P 500, called the ES. Whoa, look at that. That is a great pair for buying and hold. S&P. Yep. There's the Nasdaq. There's the Dow Jones, the US 30. There's gold. This is all with futures gold, but it's still gold. There's silver. So you can trade these, Arfan, to answer your question, with futures. Or you can also trade it with Forex. There's Bitcoin. So these are this is something called the Russell. If anybody's heard of the Russell. There's Ethereum, a crypto based up and down, up and down. Platinum. Platinum has big moves. So, yeah. Now, does that look like it's trending in one direction? No. This would be quite interesting actually. AUD USD, but this is a futures version, trending down. The Euro US dollar, trending down. This should be trending down as well. How did I know Great British Pound US dollar was trending down? After looking at Australian dollar US dollar, the EUR US dollar. How did I know the Great British Pound US dollar was also going down without even looking at it?
Does it follow? Is it a trend that it follows each other?
No. So what we'll do, I'll actually go to the EUR USD. I'll actually type it in here. This is important. If you look up here, now, we're not necessarily going to place a trader in today. I want you to look at this. EUR, there's a space, just say it, then USD. This is trying to get you an overview. Does this makes sense is the euro currency and the USD currency up here. There's two different currencies. Is that correct?
Yes.
So I want you to imagine now, if I can get this to, dear, sorry. I've got Great British Pound, US dollar, and then I've got AUD, USD. So look at these three next to each other. Tell me what is the same and what is different.
So the US dollar has probably risen against all of them.
Absolutely spot on. So if you know the US dollar is strong, yeah, because it is, because it's the second pair. If the US dollar is stronger than these, so it's going down. Does that make sense? So what would happen if I had a pair like US dollar, JPY? If the US dollar is strong, what should happen with the US dollar at the front?
It'd be weaker.
So would it go up or would it go down? US dollar, JPY.
Up.
So
Up.
so our fan says up. So who else thinks? Who's got an idea? This is participation time.
Up.
So we have two ups.
Yeah, I said it'd be weaker.
So you sing down, Nick, or you sing up?
No, can you hear me? If you can hear me, where the US dollar is at the back before, obviously it's going down. But where the US dollar's at the front on JPY, obviously it will go up because it'd be weaker.
Well, what would be weaker? You're not clear. What is weaker?
US dollar.
No, the weaker US dollar is stronger.
Yeah. All right. It's all right.
Because that's the reason why it's trending. So let me see now. Now, this is just information. So let's see what we've got here. So I'll actually just go over here. US dollar. It's not about catching anyone out. It's all about showing you the way the markets move. How did I know that? Because it was based on the US dollar. Yeah. So there's a way to trade where you use the US dollar as a baseline and you use that. And you then only trade US dollar pairs or indices with a US based. Yep. So let's see, well, how can I do that? When people from the UK typically start trading, they probably trade Great British Pound, US dollar, because it sort of makes sense to them. They understand the Great British Pound. Or they might understand the euro because it makes sense to them. Like Chris in Australia, she likes to trade AUD, US dollar, because it makes sense to her. Now, so the question is, does that make sense to you? Because it should do. Because
So the US dollar was rising against, the euro, Australian and pounds were all going down in comparison to the US dollar. So the US dollar in comparison to the yen is going to be going up.
yes.
Yeah.
So you can use something called confluences. Now, what would happen if I could give you a little tool so you know which way the US dollar is trending, just the US dollar? How would that be?
Brilliant.
So would anybody else like that tool? Completely free of charge. And it's not even an indicator, so it doesn't add to an indicator. I've got one as an indicator, but you don't. So is it just Dan that wants that
Yeah,
tool?
yeah.
Just Dan?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is you go up here and you just type in DXY. And take and I want you to all do that now. If you've got your trading views up. Just go up top left. Lily, don't worry. Now we've got 5 minutes left because this is
Yeah,
meant to.
EX.
Sorry, I was just going to say I've already got DXY on mine.
That's fine. That's fine. Johannes, do you have Trading View?
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
Nick, Mr. Nick? I'm just about to put mine on as well. Brothers in
Yeah,
arms, yes.
I've just done it. Yeah.
In Asia, you need these things. So, Johannes, when you come out to Bali or Thailand to live, you need your
Yeah.
air conditioning.
Oh, yeah. Right now it's 8 degrees in my house.
8 degrees, as warm as that. Wow. Good for
It's
you.
it's a
So,
problem with the house heating.
okay, so this is going to be just 5 more minutes and we're done. So I'm going to remove
So can you
everything off.
just show me how to add that again, please?
So top left, see the space here? So I'm going to remove that. So to see up here, there's something. It can be anything.
DXY, DXY. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
DXY.
DXY.
And I'm on the daily time frame, so we know it is trending. If it's like that, it's going sideways. It's going down. Right, so great. Now, here's another little cheat code. Right. So wouldn't it be great to know what the Great British Pound is doing in comparison to the DXY or the EUR without adding indicators? How cool would that be?
Brilliant.
So next to the DXY, fund, there's a little plus or circle. Does anybody see that plus or circle button?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I'm just going to click that once. I'm going to type in, so guess what you, so DXY is the US dollar index when I look for the British pound currency index, okay? And it's B for Britain, XY. So you're telling me it's as easy as that, Jeff? So you see the opposite of the BXY is going down. Oh my God. Do you see that? When one goes up, one goes down. So just taking that information alone and how that maneuvers, how would that add to your trading?
Massively.
Yeah. So I'm going to change this slightly. I'm now going to add on top of that, if I look, so the BXY is for the British dollar index. Guess what the BXY for? Guess what the Euro index is for the BXY for Britain?
EXY.
EXY. You've done this before, I can tell.
I haven't.
Boom. And then we've got the EXY, which is also going down. So what would be the Aussie? What would I do for the Aussie?
AUY.
That'd be
AXY.
AXY.
AXY. Oh, sorry, did that wrong. And it's going down. Does this help?
Yes.
It should do. You can also do the Swiss franc. SXY. And these are SXY. And you can do different things with them, and they're all going down against the dollar. So, what do you think? So, for you, Arfan, you might want to do a buy and hold situation, trading with the US dollar against another sort of buy and hold or sell and hold. It's quite a powerful way to trade. Now, you could use a simple indicator for this. Now, this is not the way we're teaching it in the mentoring group, because I want to keep it separate. I want it to make sense and why trade certain instruments. Yep. Or the other thing you could do, I'm going to give you right now one indicator. So far, there's no indicators. Lily, and I'll be with you in a minute. All I want you to do is come up here and type in one indicator, type in EMA, moving average, exponential. I'm on a daily. It could be in any time frame. Yeah. I'm gonna make two changes to it. Here, I'm gonna add on a 200. I did that the other day there, sorry. 62. And this one, I'm going to add on a 200. Yep. So 62, and I could do EMA speed. No, just check where I'm at. And I'll make one green, and I'll make one blue.
But did you say 62 and
A 200. That's what I did the other day. See how I moved the charts and everything moved? See that? Now it gets confusing. But from there, straight up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these now. Because today, this is just a little introduction. Step by step. Let me see if I can get this on something not correct. Sticks to type. Ah, that's why. I'll do that there. So if you're trading something like this, what you do, one of them is we call a baseline. The baseline in this case is green. I could swap them over. In fact, I will swap them over. I'll make the base, I'll make this one green and I'll make that one blue, or in fact, I'll make it black. Just, yeah. So I'll remove the drawings. So what you want to enter the trade, you want the green above the black. You want the green above the black, ideally. Yeah. And then you could have more confidently got all of that trade there. And the final thing I'll leave you with is one indicator is the RSI, relative strength. And I actually mentioned this. So this is the second indicator. Yeah, I mentioned this. So I go into that, I make a couple of changes. I remove this, go to the style. Then this is recording. I just leave that as it is. I come down, I remove that. I'm only interested in this 50. I make that a bit darker. And I remove this purple background. Gone. So the only thing I'm interested in is this 50, because I'm looking for momentum. I'm looking for momentum. So you see, so I'm going to click on there. When it's below there, notice how it sells off. Does anyone see that?
You've got it on the 50 there.
This is the 50, and when it goes below there, so it goes down, there's a little pullback, and it drops.
So if it's above 50, you should maybe hold.
You should be looking to buy. If you're
looking to buy?
Yeah, if you've not bought already. So let's just say, this here gives us a signal to buy, based on this momentum. But this here says no. There is a way you can get in. And the way you get in is dropping down the time frames. You can do a 4 hour, if you're a day trader, or an hour. Yeah. And you come down to, you see them crossing over, and you make sure they're all aligned. Double click. So you now see there we have an opportunity. A drop to the hour.
So you want to make sure that you make the trade when the momentum on the RSI is going up, and also the price, the estimating moving average is above the actual price. Is that right?
Yeah, so this is like a baseline. The black's like a baseline. That gives you the direction. And then is
that the EMA?
Yes, that's the EMA down here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can use this here as a trade to stay. You can choose this to stay in the trade. And there's an exit. So if you got all of that there, that would have been a nice trade. So depending when you entered or how you entered, you could have put your stop loss just at the base. You could have got on that trade. If you exited there, that would have been a nice 3%. Basically no stress. Or you could have said, no, I'm going to go back to the daily time frame. You cannot do this in futures, because with futures, you have to be out the same day. If you held on to that trade on the daily, you would actually still be in the trade, and be up 10%.
And how long can you hold that for? Does that not finish on a Friday or Saturday? The
Mm.
US dollar index?
No, but I'm not saying we trade the US dollar index. So if this is
Okay.
going up, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to do the EUR USD, that's going down, and it works the same way. So you just
Okay, I
flip
see what
it.
you're saying.
So if I
It's a
do
second
EUR,
indicator, basically.
yeah, and it's a free one, and it costs you nothing. You don't need to. I'm always trying to get stuff for free. So that's got momentum. See that right there? That's the momentum, which is the opposite of the buy. And there we go. We want to make sure, so we drop down to a lower time frame, round about at that line. There it is. And then you just line up this here. Is that underneath there? Yes, it is. There it is. There's the entry. Boom. And you can stay in the trade. Boom, 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 boom. Now, and there's the exit there. Or you want to stay in the trade a bit longer, use the baseline you can. This is for a buy and hold type trade, a simple way to look at the market without overcomplicating it. And all we're doing is using two indicators which are free inside TradingView. Questions?
See the black line, the
Yes.
EMA.
Yes.
What was the indicator you searched for again?
EMA. I typed sorry, just up here, EMA. So you look for moving average exponential. Moving average.
Exponential. Okay.
Yes. And this is a real easy way to say, is it higher time frame? You can do this in Forex, Nick. People that trade Forex, you can do this. So for Edward, who doesn't have time, you can do this type of trading, checking in twice a day, set and forget. If you're a futures trader, you cannot do this because you must be out at 1600 Eastern Standard Time, or they will close your trade for you, your broker or your prop firm. So you
And
cannot do this.
the other line you have on there, how do you get that one on?
Both of these here.
Yeah. So is that so I'm getting one line
So
when I add right, okay.
Just click that one on and off.
Okay. EMA.
62, and I've made that an SMA 200. I could have put an EMA, but I just chose that there. So take a screenshot of that. So that's us done. So questions, learnings, or discoveries from today's introduction. We have another session tomorrow. We'll keep these going if you want. This is over and above everything else you're getting in the paid mentorship program. Because there we stick to the formula that just generates money. This generates money, but a different way.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, I must admit, I've learned something today, and that's the BXY or EXY. I knew about DXY, but after all these years of me trading, I didn't realize that there was actually one for like GBP or EU,
Yeah.
EUR, whatever.
Swiss franc,
So,
AUD. Yeah, thank you for that.
I didn't realize that. Like I say, after all these years, like I say, I've just discovered today the BXY for the GBP and EXY, etc., which is handy to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, questions, learnings, or discoveries from today's session. What have you discovered about yourself or trading? What have you learned? Or perhaps you still have lots of questions because we're new, and that's why we're all here.
You bring something to the table today that I didn't know about, or even read in any books. So yeah, it was a totally different way of looking at that index and in the dollar and in the pound. So it was very interesting.
There's many ways to skin a cat. A horrible expression. I do apologize for using it. But I know here there's some people who are very busy. They don't have time. Edward, I'm speaking to you. You do not have time. This is something you could take advantage of. Business people typically don't have time. You can check in once or twice a day, but you cannot do this on futures. It has to be Forex or stocks. You could do it with crypto as well, but I would say, yeah, you're very welcome, Edward. I'm thinking of everyone individually here. So if there was just one thing you could take away from this session, what would that be? There's another session starting soon. I've got to do something before I get there.
The RSI and the EMA, just how to sort of use them as indicators for when you're buying and selling.
Yeah. There's many others, but this is just a very simplified approach because it's a beginner session. I want people to go away with tools. They can actively look at the charts from the very first session. Yeah, so all I did was I went to the daily time frame, and then because they were not aligned, I dropped down to a slightly different time frame. Once they're aligned, a momentum was shown using the RSI. Enter that trade. Simple, easy, and very effective.
What do you mean with align?
Thank you very much. So I want you to imagine you believe in self-alignment. Do you believe in self-alignment? Of course you do. Yep. So let me go to the daily time frame. This here says sell. Do you see that?
Yeah.
But up here, they are not agreeing. One is saying sell, but this 200 is still above here. You do not sell if the candles are above this black line. Okay? So the way to get around that is drop down, but you want them to be you want your body to be aligned. You want everything to be aligned. So when something drop down to the hour or even the 15-minute, let's just drop down to the hour. Find that line. And we wait. We just have to wait patiently. Now, it might be a whole day. We'll have to wait for that to drop below. We get an alert. Then you have to ask yourself, is this here below that line there? Is it below here? Enter that trade. And then from that perspective, you can either use the green line as an exit and just watch it drop. It's a very simplistic way to look at trading. It doesn't have to be complicated. In the mentoring group, I'm doing it very different because people typically want to have multiple trades per day, at least one. In and out, in and out. So I've got a different setup. And in there, this week, you'll be learning 3 strategies in total. We're using liquidity based on sessions. We'll be using liquidity based on the daily time frame. And we'll also be using another setup based on the 10:30 candle. Not the 9:30, the 10:30 candle. So on that, gents, ladies, thank you for being here. This has been recorded, and I'll see you all real soon.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Take care, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, Lily, if you want to
Bye.
stay on, please. Lily. Hi, Salim. You've just missed it. You've just missed it. Same time tomorrow, Salim. Okay, thank you very much. You've just missed the session.
Right.
Now, can everyone, I'm going to have a one-to-one with Lily, please.
Yes.
Yeah, Salim, you've just missed it, mate. So same time tomorrow if you want to be on, an hour, like 45 minutes previous. Salim, okay. So thanks for being here, but you're just a bit late today. So if you could leave, please, Salim.
Okay, Jeff.
Wait, let me just check the report.
Yeah, I think that we have less than 15 minutes from now.
Don't worry about just don't worry about that there. I'm trying to find everyone. I'm trying to find, is it just you and me on this? Yeah, I think it is. I can't see you, Lily. Can you show your face a little bit? Because I can't see anything.
I actually turned on my camera, but I'm not sure why this is not moving.
But let me quickly, I don't know why, I'll stop that.